Not an expert, not a professional. I'm just a guy looking to leave today better than I found it. And if you're like me, you're constantly looking for ways to improve yourself. My name is Wade, and this is the place where we learn to be better together. It's Motivation Monday time.
Making a difference. Standing for what's right. A better tomorrow starts here. From the Do Good, Be Great Studios, you're listening to the Daily Good.
And since it's Motivation Monday, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about procrastination. This comes from James Clear of jamesclear.com. He says, this is how you stop procrastinating with the Seinfeld strategy. Now, everybody knows Jerry Seinfeld, right? He's one of the most successful comedians of all time. He's regarded as one of the top 100 comedians by Comedy Central. He was also the co-creator and co-writer of Seinfeld, the long-running sitcom which has received numerous awards and was claimed to have the top TV episode of all time, as rated by TV Guide. According to Forbes magazine, Seinfeld reached his peak in earnings when he made $267 million in 1998. A full 10 years later, in 2008, Seinfeld was still pulling in a cool $85 million per year. So what is the Seinfeld strategy? Well, Brad Isaac was a young comedian starting out on the comedy circuit, and one fateful night he found himself in a club where Jerry Seinfeld was performing. In an interview on Lifehacker, Isaac shared what happened when he caught Seinfeld backstage and asked if he had any tips for a young comic. Here's how Isaac described the interaction with Seinfeld that night. He said, "The way to be a better comic was to create better jokes, and the way to create better jokes was to write every day. He told me to get a big wall calendar that has a whole year on one page and hang it on a prominent wall. The next step was to get a big red magic marker. He said for each day that I do my task of writing, I get to put a big red X over that day. Quote, after a few days, you'll have a chain. Just keep it up, and the chain will grow longer every day. You'll like seeing that chain, especially when you get a few weeks under your belt. Your only job is to not break the chain." You'll notice that Seinfeld didn't say a single thing about results. It didn't matter if he was motivated or not. It didn't matter if he was writing great jokes or not. It didn't matter if what he was working on would ever make it into a show. All that mattered was not breaking the chain. And that's one of the simple secrets behind Seinfeld's remarkable productivity and consistency. For years, the comedian simply focused on not breaking the chain. Let's talk about how you can use the Seinfeld strategy in your life. Top performers in every field, whether they're athletes, musicians, CEOs, artists, they are all more consistent than their peers. They show up and deliver day after day, while everyone else gets bogged down with the urgencies of daily life and fights a constant battle between procrastination and motivation. While most people get demotivated and off track after a bad performance, a bad workout, or simply a bad day at work, top performers settle right back into their pattern the next day. The Seinfeld strategy works because it helps to take the focus off of each individual performance and puts the emphasis on the process instead. It's not about how you feel, how inspired you are, or how brilliant your work is that day. Instead, it's just about not breaking the chain. All you have to do to apply this strategy to your own life is pick up a calendar and start your chain. A word of warning though, there is one caveat with the Seinfeld strategy. You need to pick a task that is meaningful enough to make a difference, but simple enough that you can get it done. It would be wonderful if you could write 10 pages a day for your book, but that's not a sustainable chain to build. Similarly, it sounds great in theory to be able to do deadlift like a maniac every day, but in practice you'll probably be overtrained and burn out. So step one is to choose a task that is simple enough to be sustainable. At the same time, you have to make sure that your actions are meaningful enough to matter. For example, researching good jokes each day is simple, but you're never going to write a joke by merely researching. That's why the process of writing is a better choice. Writing can actually produce a meaningful result, even when it's done in small doses. Similarly, doing 10 push-ups per day could be simple and meaningful depending on your level of fitness. It will actually make you stronger. Meanwhile, reading a fitness book each day is simple, but it won't actually get you in better shape. Choose tasks that are simple to maintain and capable of producing the outcome you want. The central question that ties our community together is, how do you live a healthy life? This includes not merely nutrition and exercise, but also exploration and adventure, art and creativity, and connection and community. But no matter what topic we're talking about, they all require consistency. No matter what your definition is of a healthy life, you'll have to battle procrastination to make it a reality. Hopefully, the Seinfeld strategy helps to put that battle in perspective. Don't break the chain on your workouts, and you'll find that you get fit rather quickly. Don't break the chain in your business, and you'll find that results come much faster. Don't break the chain in your artistic pursuits, and you'll find that you will produce creative work on a regular basis. So often we assume that excellence requires a monumental effort and that our lofty goals demand incredible doses of willpower and motivation. But really, all we need is dedication to small, manageable tasks. Mastery follows consistency. Never miss a Daily Good podcast by subscribing to Do Good Be Great on iTunes, and stay connected by liking Do Good Be Great on Facebook. We'll talk again soon, my friends. Continue to be great.
Daily Good.